Downtown, I got that heat, let's go.
Gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go.
Hey everybody, it's the Butcher with Auburn over here. I can't even remember which side to point at. Over on this side. So it is the
I don't
side
even try. I just keep my hands hidden because I never get it right.
Yeah, that's how we are. So we got Auburn and me. Thank you to hear. Thank you everyone for joining us to talk about today's stream or this week's streaming news, to give you some tips and tricks on how to make your streaming experience a little bit better. And anybody that knows me knows we also sometimes get off on little rabbit trails because I will go down gaming because I like gaming. We like movies and TV, pop culture, tech in general. So we'll jump around a lot on some subjects that we have today. So how you doing today, Mr. Auburn?
I'm good, bro. I'm good. Finally, I'm having a lot of rain here now, and it's getting rid of that snow. But I think we're going to be getting more slushy stuff back out there.
Yeah, I'm looking outside. Snow.
Oh, that's all you're going to see till April, I think.
I don't know. It may be a little earlier than that. So we'll fingers crossed.
They've been lying to you. Okay, they
lying to get me.
They could to get you up there.
They're just getting me, just sneaking to get me up here. So, hey everybody, if you've not watched watched the show before, again, we talk about streaming and how to cut the cord, how to save money. We'll talk about tech. We'll talk about gaming. It just depends on what subjects come up, the things that are hitting the news, and I feel like falls into our genre, the things that interest me, and I'm hoping to interest you. So we are being live broadcast right now. The Beach is posting this in big screen, and if you guys have followed me with the Oculus in the last few weeks, you know I got one for Christmas, so I've gotten very used to them and started to play around with it. And the Beach has a room going right now on big screen where he's able to stream this show and answer people's questions in person while we're doing the show, because sometimes we talk a little bit on higher end. So if you have an Oculus, jump in the room, and there's the code for that. And welcome to all the people that are watching inside that particular room. I'll give a shout out to everybody, and then we'll get started on our
sure.
on the show and the subjects. Steve was the first one in here early. He was here over a half hour early, so sweet to see him. You know, Eddie and Chuck. What's up? Chuck was on the show last week, and again, the Beach and Roger. And Roger may jump on the chat. Sometimes he jumps in on the big screen. Also, he's in there a lot. Basically, it's his name backwards. So you'll probably, if you guys are watching there, you'll may see him in there at some point during the show. We got Walking Dead, Dead Man Walking. We got Red. Mandy, thank you for joining us. She's always watching us. Stuart, who's been a longtime viewer of the show, been watching us for a long time. You got Brian. Thank you for joining us, Brian. He's in my Telegram group also and talks on. We get to talk to him on a regular basis. Tim took a little time off. I'm glad that he's feeling a little bit better. He wasn't feeling good. He was longtime subscriber to me. Watches all the videos, comments. I really appreciate his support. Just so giving shouts out. Yeah, Canuck Gal, Nookie, what's up? We'll be seeing her in the after show.
Yep.
Trevor and Motorman, what's up? Nice to see you. Big H, Daldum, longtime watcher of us. So thank you for watching. And Luis, Sandy's hanging with us. Gloria White, another longtime viewer. Thank you for hanging with us, Gloria. And she is a person that is always learning and isn't scared to listen, learn, and try something new. She does it all the time. I'll talk about some of the shows. She's like, you know what? I'm going to try that. So it's great to have people that follow us that learn. And that's what the show's about. Sometimes it's a little long-winded, but we do try to teach people along the way. Asha, what's up?
Hey,
Nice to see you. Jim's hanging with us today. Peter, as always, what's the code room? I think we had it posted up there.
Yeah,
right
it's behind that.
Peter. So if you have your Oculus, as we see in a little picture there, it looks like you may have one. Jump in the room with the Beach. You guys can chit chat while we're doing the show. Mongo, thank you for joining us. Brianna, thank you for joining us. Daryl, I haven't seen him in a while. Leon, nice to see you. Virginia Castro. Hey, Virginia. And Skulls, nice to see you. Leon, yeah, nice to see everybody. So we got everybody hanging with us. We're up to our normal. We normally run that 50 to 70 during the show. Sometimes we spike a little bit, but it's good to have the regular people on here. It's always good to see the regular folks that watch us every week. So we're talking about Oculus, and I have a Telegram group, guys. I've made a Telegram group. And I posted that in numerous places on Twitter and different places to give a place for people that are on Telegram to click and to join. They can help each other, share information. If they want to create a game, they're going to be able to maybe find a partner to play in there, or in big screen, be able to post when they go to do a big screen event. So let me grab that. I'm going to copy that.
I'm putting it in right now.
Okay, so he's going to post that in there. The hyperlink was farther up in the chat, so if you want to click that to join that Telegram group, it's always good to have it. Thank you. Yep. It's good to have that. Again, I just thought it was a good idea to have a place where we can come together and share information, because I'm a novice, or I'm a newbie at this. I'm learning, but I'm also sharing my information as I learn it. So I no, by far am I an expert at this. I am a baby, and I'm learning it though, but I'm enjoying it. What's up, Funster?
Yeah.
So we got that going. So join my Telegram group. Join that, and you may learn about it. You may want to buy one, or you may learn that maybe you don't want to buy one, or buy some of the side equipment, all kinds of different stuff like that.
Yep.
So we gotten you any closer to wanting to buy one?
Oh, I'm there. I'm definitely getting one, but it's just the whole thing of whether it's going to be Oculus or if I'm going to go the other route. But since we talked about that other stuff today, because so everyone knows, I do want to get one, but my brother has the HP one, and I want to be
Yep.
able to talk with him, but you know. If I can still use a big screen and some other things that
Yeah.
I'm going to test out, then it's okay for me to then get, a different device, so then I could still
Yeah.
join you
Yeah.
guys there in the big screen.
Yeah, and Alban Alban is not a fan of the Meta, the Facebook stuff. So he's trying to find an alternative, and hopefully we can sort that out because it'd be great if we can get together on some of that stuff.
Yeah.
Luis asked a question before we go any farther, so I don't get
Okay.
buried in there. Spend a minute telling us how your transition to Canada is going. My transition to Canada is going very well. I'm still being a lazy bum. But I've got application out there to get a job, but I'm having to go through the process of the interview and the background checks and stuff like that. But I'm going to get a job. I took the holidays off to just enjoy myself, to be relaxed. Me being a butcher, I was working from October all the way past New Year's was nothing but a blur to me when I was working in that in retail. So this year was lay back and be lazy, and I've enjoyed it. Transitioned, not much difference between U.S. and Canada other than having to read everything in metric system. So
oh yeah, that's got to be an adjustment.
everything's a metric system, so that's a little bit of learning. Grocery stores, some grocery stores have it both ways, so it's not that difficult.
Okay.
They'll have it pounds and they'll have it by the kilogram. So that's a little bit of an adjustment. The weather is a little bit of an adjustment, being that I was from North Carolina. Used to, if it snowed, everything stopped, and I'm talking about a dusting. Here it doesn't, but it is nice when you live up north. They clear the roads. The roads
Well,
don't
it depends
stay.
on where you are, because here in New York they have nowhere to put the snow. So there, you guys could just push it off a mountain.
They do have more room up here than they do in some other places, but they clear the roads, sand them, salt them. Yeah, even without snow tires, I'm getting around just fine. So that transition is going well. Getting used to the money situation. Yeah, because of their dollar is less than the U.S. dollar, so that's a little bit of getting used to that. And then having cannabis stores on every damn corner is an adjustment. But I know some U.S. states have that, but here it's completely legal, so they've got them in every strip mall has a cannabis store, which I ain't complaining. I've been doing them and not become a hit or nothing, but I enjoy it once in a while. Instead of I'll have a little bit of a beer, and then I can do a little of that. I'm good to go. So good evening without feeling bad. So Red said from Carolina to Canada, it was an adjustment, but you know what? You do what you got to do. I wanted to be here, wanted to be with Blue, so that's just what I had to do. And you know what? Life's about taking them risks. So 30 inches of snow in the last 2.5 weeks here in Ohio. Yes, the north of the U.S. as well as a lot of Canada and up the East Coast has really been getting a lot of snow lately. I know Toronto got more snow than we have gotten lately. And we're north of Toronto, but that swath where the moisture was coming in, so they're getting hit. But it's not too bad. I mean, it's not crazy. Was a lot of steps to jump through, folks. If you're wanting to become a permanent resident in another country, it's not, hey, I'm just going to cross the border and be one. No, there's a lot of red tape and paperwork and that you got to jump through. But it's good. It's good to know. So Shrinking Sharon and DJ, they're both jumped in there, and a gut wall. What's up? Nice to see everybody. So yeah, and no wonder I'm so laid back. Yeah, this pins more than nice. You got gummies, you got all kinds of stuff. So yeah, that's what I got going on with me. One of the topics I wanted to throw out here, talking about the Oculus. Let me see. Let me share my screen here. I was going to bring up the one about changing the name first. So is that sharing? Let me make sure that's sharing correctly. Yeah, it's sharing. All right. Sorry. So Oculus Quest it's going to change the name. We know that Facebook has changed their marketing, and now they're going to be called Meta. So now instead of the Oculus Quest, it's going to be called the Meta Quest. So if you see Meta Quest and Oculus, it's going to know that it's the same product, but we're going to see a name change. And I think that that's also because Facebook is trying to
get away,
not just be one thing. I mean, they're trying to get into a lot of different things, and same as Google does. I mean, we've seen that.
Yeah, they look at Google and well, no, it was Microsoft and Activision. You know, now that's going to be something to watch. To see what Microsoft does to Activision, because they got a lot of power. They can, they can ruin everyone. You know, they really can.
Well, the bigger these companies get, we know that it is true that they can they'll wield more power, and that's not always a good thing, because sometimes too much power, you become, hey, I don't have to answer nobody, and it happens with anybody in a situation of having a lot of power. So with the Google situation, they're always buying up, and Microsoft buying. But so if you've looked in following, even the stock is now called Meta. It's not it's the Meta stock. So just keep in mind there. And I know that officially the next device that will come out for the Quest will be called the Meta Quest.
Meta.
It's not going to be called Oculus anymore. Yep. So just prepare yourself.
And talk about stocks. Get ready to jump on the other stock there is going to split. There was it?
Wasn't it
Google?
Was it
Alphabet?
Google? Was it? Alphabet was going to. Was it
split
1 to 20 or 1 for 20? 20 for 1?
Yeah, it's going to be crazy.
Yeah. So if you've got stock in some of those,
even get ready to buy it, because if you can.
Well, you better hurry it up, because they're going to.
Well, it's not going to split until I think like what did I say, that the beginning of February or something like that.
Okay.
So just be ready, people. You know what I mean?
Well, if you're gonna buy it,
you can. But they say that it's not gonna damage you if you get it now or then later.
Well, because it's going to be an even trade. Right. It's going to be an even trade, and so the stock price unit will go down, of course, because there'll be more shares out there. So the unit price will go down. But as we've seen with most of these type of tech stocks, the trend is always usually up. Now there will always be some downslide of that, but at some point. But I think it's a good time to buy some of that Alphabet. If you're thinking about just messing around, buy a little bit of it.
Yeah, that's going to be something. It's going to be 20 for 1 on that stock split. So hey, it's a better jump in spot for you if you ever want to get it. And you heard it here. Don't say that. Oh well. I don't want to.
We told you to buy. We told you to buy Dogecoin and Bitcoin a long time ago too. We told you, jump on it. Let's see. So, SpaceX is out, and I don't know if you guys know. We've talked about that numerous times about SpaceX, because it impacts us as streamers. We need a good internet connection. SpaceX is supposed to be that umbrella satellite technology of giving people internet. And if we just think of an umbrella being broadcast from satellites, all these satellites being able to give you always connection to the internet. So if you're out in the country, you'll be able to get decent internet without having to worry about them running a cable line. And a lot of people don't get it, because you're in a situation, you're in New York, so you can get.
I don't know what I would do with some of the speed some of you guys out there that are getting. I'd want to shoot myself, because I've always been around fast speeds, pretty much all my life. Working jobs where you had black fiber running right into your building, and it's just like it was so fast.
I was thinking black fiber. It could have went a different direction on that. Black fiber running up in your place. Yeah, but I mean,
Yeah.
you've got options, whereas some people, let's talk about Eddie, who's a
Yeah.
friend of ours,
Yep.
has very few options and his internet's very slow. So with the Starlink or the SpaceX, we're going to have
Mhm.
SpaceX giving out that good internet. They have now, they're going to offer a premier uh, package, which is supposed to be geared towards businesses,
Mhm.
and it's not cheap. I mean, we're
Yeah, I
talking
know, but you see, but like
it's business
something like
wise.
to him, I would just at least get it, like, get it down to your block, and then be like, okay, everybody, give me 100,
I don't
$100 a
think that they
month.
let you. No, because that came with
Listen,
a router. There's no
right,
way you'd be able.
but what I'm saying is, you could get that, you could get a router, and you could create your own network on the block and still be faster than what they've been getting.
Well, that's true. That's
You,
true
you know what
because
I'm
he gets
saying?
he yeah he because he gets like 10 megs
10,
down.
right? You know
It's
what I
like
mean? There's no
yeah
way. That your neighbor would say, "Oh, well, to bump me up to 100." You know what I mean? A
here's your
hundred bucks a
side
month,
hustle, folks.
right?
We're
a
giving
hundred
y'all a
bucks a
little
month.
side hustle.
Listen, hey, do what you got to do, but hell, you have some more speed.
Yeah.
That's just torture.
Yeah, well, this package, $500 deposit, $2,500 for the antenna and the router, and then $500 a month. So $3,000 up front, and then
Mhm.
$500 a month. So you better have a lot of customers if you're going to do $500 a month. The biggest plus on this for if businesses, you get I want to say it said 200 to 300 meg downloads. So right now, the SpaceX Starlink is somewhere most of the time you see it about 180 to 120, 130 meg down,
Mhm.
which that's great. I mean, you can do whatever you want to do with that kind of a speed, but they're wanting basically to double, if not kind of even a little bit higher on those speeds for those businesses. Company, one of the things there has more than 145,000 users in 25 countries as of January, and that's 1,900 satellites up in the air. So that's pretty good. I think that's
Yeah.
150,000 customers. So this is a definite option, not the premier. Go ahead, go. It's like
Mhm.
because for now here's for the standard. So in case you guys are, Dabs, you're talking about business, I ain't got that kind of money. So a standard Starlink service is going to launch, which launched last year or year before. $99 deposit, $500 hardware, and $99 a month. And now, it's most people that live in the city like Auburn would be like, that's stupid. Why would you pay $500 a month up front? But these are people, if you live out in a rural area, bad
Mhm.
internet, you'd be willing to pay $500 up front.
I'm even just thinking of, like, say someone, who lives in the boonies, has a business that they need to run, and
Yeah,
it's just impossible for them to run it,
yeah, you're right.
or at those speeds. They'd have to pay it. You know what I mean? They
Yeah,
would gladly pay it to be able to, you know, get their business running properly. I
yeah.
can't even imagine, like, a hospital or something out there, running on slow speeds.
Well, I think hospitals have a little bit of a different. I'm sure that there's on the
Really?
hospitals.
I
Guarantee it. There's no way they're running on crappy. They got because yeah, they're
how
definitely running.
how
I
if
don't know.
if
I don't
if
know, but
this
they're doing something.
if the mountain between, the from the other side of, where it's coming in to where they are is still slow. You know what I mean? They're all gonna have slow, just because they're a
Yeah.
hospital or a police station or anything like that. They're all gonna have slow speeds
Yeah, Gutwall
unless
says
somebody's paying
$5 better
for
be paying cooking my dinner.
it.
No, but yeah, again. That's for the business model.
Yeah.
That's for the business, but the regular one is basically $99 a month with a
Hmm.
$500 up front for equipment. But yeah, definitely people can do something. There's more and more options because Amazon's got theirs. Musk has his, so I think we're going to see more um, competition. The other thing is, so he's got 1,900 satellites alone. And
Hmm.
then Amazon's got their low, and these are low orbit satellites, not high orbit, but
Right.
low orbit.
Hmm.
And then Amazon chucks theirs up there. I mean, you would think
You
that there'd
can't
be
even
some
get
kind of,
you
you
can't
think
get
they'd be
anything
bumping into
out.
each other.
You can't get anything out. You know
It
why?
just seems,
Why do you think they don't like just send something up into space so often? You know what I mean?
yeah,
It's like
yeah,
they got to really plan. You know
yeah.
how they going to get it through all the other junk that's up there.
Yeah, it'd be hard.
And it's not even just us. You know.
Oh yeah, yo, you're exactly
You
right.
know.
Dalton says that, you think about it, think if you purchase that for a condo building or something like that. Yeah, if you purchased it for somewhere that's close, you
Right.
could broadcast enough.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, even with a mesh system, you could broadcast it
Right.
to your neighbor pretty easily. But
Right.
so yeah, there's options. We're saying you get your side hustle on. You
Mm-hmm.
heard it here first. You get a little side hustle with your business going on. So
Yeah. Because people will pay for faster speeds.
oh
I
yeah,
don't. You know what I'm saying?
oh yeah,
If you're stuck with 10, and you've had 30, you're not going to want to go back to 10. You know.
Yep.
Right.
So, all right. So the next topic, which is on the news, so I didn't want to dwell. You guys have probably already heard Amazon Prime is going up. It hasn't went up in 4 years, I think is what they said, and now it's gone up $20. I mean, so now do you have Amazon Prime, sir?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. Hey, the people over in the side chat, toss a 1 in the side chat, just a 1 if you got Amazon Prime. And I'm just curious on how many people have Amazon Prime. I had Amazon Prime. Blue has it here. I had Amazon Prime in the States. Now, my Amazon Prime in the States did not carry over to Canada, so I canceled mine.
Right.
So we have it.
Mhm.
So what is for you? Do you think that $139 is worth it to you?
Well,
Are you willing to absorb that 20 extra bucks?
I don't think it's 20 for me because I know I had gotten it as a deal at something.
It used to be 99.
No,
Long
and
time ago.
I think I still pay less than that.
How is it that you always are paying less
Because
than
I
everybody
look
else?
for deals, okay?
This is a man.
I don't care about putting a VR glass on my head and being in another world. I deal with the real world there, right? I'm a New Yorker, okay?
Yeah.
We look for deals, okay?
Yeah, this is the man that always something, always. So
Yeah,
I'm just curious.
It was
So,
something about.
I know I was paying $118. I know I was.
No, I wasn't because I remember we talked about it once before, and it's like because I got it as something through being on disability, and they gave us almost half the price, and it was like okay, now I'll get
or if
it,
you're a student, you can get a reduced price as a student too.
Yeah,
if you're a student, you can get a lower price. So, but Patty says she's canceling it. Mandy says not worth it.
But it's like $2 more.
20?
Think.
No, that's
it's
20.
20?
It was 100. It was
20 for the year.
A year, yes, yeah.
Yeah, 20 more a year compared to, but you have to say the reason why I think it's okay is because think about the amount of shipping that Amazon is doing. You understand? That's why they had to raise it. You know, that's the main reason why they had to raise it because they're doing so much shipping.
Yeah. Well, and yes, they're shipping all over. And also think about all those satellite distribution centers that they're popping up everywhere. I mean, down in North Carolina, there was a distribution center right like in the next town over. And then there's a town, a couple, 30 minutes away, there's another distribution. Those distribution centers are all over the place. So yes, I can see where there's an overhead cost. I wonder where does that critical mass meet where that cost is not worth it? Because for me, it wasn't about the TV or movie watching. I didn't need it for that.
I used it maybe I'd say 6 times.
Yeah.
But it was the shipping that was important to me. Me being able to get something next day, that's why I wanted it.
Yeah, you get that next day. Doesn't cost you nothing, and next day or 2 days. I mean, you get it so quick. I mean, Um, yeah, Amazon's at my house. Amazon is at this house every day. I know the guy hates it. Every day, that Amazon guy, he was here today, and he handed me a box. I know he's thinking, damn, would you guys just
Damn.
order once a week instead of every single
No,
day?
he's like, no, the guy's like more like, oh fuck, now it's two of you, you know.
So, yeah. So Gut says that with some of those discounts that I had posted up there, you're able with Medicaid, Medicare, some of those discounts, $69 a year. So yeah, if you have some of those issues, some of those things that you're able to get, you can get it for cheaper. I do wonder where people will start to turn off of and not sign up anymore, because it does get in cost. It was like, what a deal at $90 or $100 a year. Now it was 100. Now it's 120. And now it's 140.
But I think that if you're looking to jump, think about what you would be if you're using it a lot for buying stuff from Amazon, and you have to say to yourself, well, what's it going to cost me in shipping if I did?
Yeah.
eBay or something else, and
it's going to cost you
raped.
Easily, $4 easily, and that's on the low end. For if someone was shipping it to you on eBay, it's gonna be $4.
Right.
Donnie GoPro over here, or GoPro Donnie, has an idea. Just buy a gift of an Amazon at the current price and give it to yourself. Wonder if you could do that. That's an idea.
Yeah, that sounds like a good one. Yeah.
Go ahead and buy. Yeah, you buy yourself. I wonder if you could go ahead and buy like a couple years up front before they go up on the price.
Yeah.
Patty
well,
says
they said that
shipping.
something. I think that article said that they're not gonna change for people who already have it. It's gonna stay where it's at. But
wait a second. I didn't
following
see
the following.
When
but
it
anyone new is gonna be they're raising it immediately or something like that.
Right. All right. So new customers after February 18th, current members after March 25th.
Okay.
So
March 25th.
It depends on when when your subscription comes due. And it says here Amazon last increased the price 2018 from $99 to $119 or $120. So yeah, and also now they're part of it saying in here, part of that problem or part of the cost goes into the Thursday night football, releasing Lord of the Rings, the TV show, things like that is what they try to say is probably that some of the reasons. But let's be honest. Now it did cost. It says a $1 billion deal for the NFL to get streaming on Thursday night football. But let's be honest, they're going to get that money back on that because the people that tune in, the commercials, it's like an investment. You're going to get it back. You're going to get it over time.
Right.
So they'll use whatever excuse. But you're right. I mean, if you think about the shipping, and all right, so let's say that let's be conservative, and you get one package a week. One package. Now, we know most of us get more than one package a week. One package a week, and let's say the shipping was $5. So that's $20 a month. So that'd be $600 a year.
Right.
Right? No. 12 times 20, that'd be $240 is what you'd be saving, roughly.
Right.
If you got one package at $5, that's how much you would be spending in shipping. So if you're in some of our homes that you're getting 2, 3, 4 packages a week, that could be a pretty significant savings on that shipping. So, and I always feel bad for those are Amazon people. I know when I was living in my apartment, them mugs were there. He was at my apartment all by myself. He was there 3 times a week. It seemed like.
Right.
I know he was like, "Damn them steps again," but at least I wasn't on the third.
Oh yeah.
So, but this stuff, this price increasing we've talked about it, about cord cutting, and we talk about getting off cable TV or getting off satellite TV, and because the cost of all those products are going up, this is inevitable. It's gonna happen. It is happening every day. You see something every week or so. Somebody big major companies going up in their prices, and that's not politically fed. Where I haven't read any of the chat, but I guarantee people are, well, it's only because of Slash. No, you go back and look at the cost of the cable TV, satellite TV the last 15, 20 years. It's done nothing but go, and it's actually on a higher spike in the last 10 years. We've talked about it. ESPN's costing, the sports are costing more. Every channel, all these networks are wanting more money and more money from your cable company or your satellite company. And your satellite company, your cable company are going to pay whatever it is to be able to broadcast Disney or Disney Channel. Because they got to have it. They got to have Disney Channel. They got to have ESPN. So when ABC says this is what we expect you to pay Dish Network, we need you to pay this so that you get our content. Dish Network has to pay it. There's no choice. They have to, because their customers are going to get that. They're going to have that channel, or they're going to cancel their subscription and go somewhere else, because they have to have the ESPNs, the Disney, the Discovery, or whatever those channels are. And so the cost goes downhill. I mean, so when we see these posts about Disney's, hitting Dish Network up for extra money, and Dish Network ends up paying it, don't think that it stops there.
Nope.
Because you see it on your satellite bill, you see it on your cable bill. It's going to go up, and it's inevitable. So it's not the last time we're going to see prices go up. It is what it is, and that's why on this show we try to give you options. We talk about options. We talk about Plex. We talk about the K word. We talk about alternatives to live TV. We talk about that. We talk about all kinds of different ways and places and websites that you might be able to use to give you that alternative to not pay the big box cable companies, satellite companies, or even. And I don't even object to Sling TV, Hulu TV. I'm not real hot on Hulu Live for that $60-$70 a month, because there's your $70 a month or 80. I think maybe up to $80 now.
So that's my other side of it. People spending $70-$80 a month for Hulu, and Amazon is saying, well, I basically want $2 more a month for a service that you're getting you're getting video content from us, and I'm going to give you shipping the next day.
Yeah.
Because they do have a lot of content up there.
Yeah, they do.
So what are you going to say? No to that, and then now you can't have anything new to watch. What are you going to watch? You're going to spend $60-$70 a month on something else?
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Hey, look at I didn't have my window open. Look, I knew when I started thinking about the math part, and I have to start thinking. Well, I got one big excuse, because what we were talking about that's at every corner. I already hit that before I started the show, so brain was a little slow. Who didn't know there was going to be math today? Yeah. Hey, folks, when you come to the show, I am who I am. I'm not putting up any fake fronts. That's for damn sure.
Nope.
So so just expect it. I was talking about those alternatives. Sling TV is a great alternative. Fubo TV is a good alternative. And those are legit. Netflix, for a lot of people, you can get away with Netflix. Netflix, and put an over-air, an outside antenna.
Antenna, yep.
And if you live in a city or rural area or a real urban area, you might be able to put a indoor antenna and actually pick up channels. But you can do that without watching.
And I get it. I don't use it, but I pick up with indoor.
Yeah.
I get 80 channels on an indoor.
That's good.
I mean? Yeah, I'm in the city. I'm in New York. You know what I mean? It's like 10 miles to the big antennas everywhere.
I was going to jump. Let's jump. It's going to go back to that. Not that one. Hold on a second. It wasn't that one. It was the. I wanted to bring up about that kid that hurt his neck. Okay, so we're talking about Oculus. I got it right here. I had it. Hold on. Copy. Look at I can be a playlist or two. Copy and paste. All right, so a gamer breaks his neck while wearing a virtual reality headset. So he's wearing an Oculus device of some sort. It doesn't say that it was Oculus. They just said it was a virtual reality thing. But claims that he broke his neck from it, injured his neck. It was a German gamer has broken his neck while wearing his virtual reality headset after he was moving too intensely. All right, at my age, I'm gonna tell you this. My body tells me when to stop. There's no lie to that. When Creed, when I play a little bit of Creed and I'm doing some boxing, 2 rounds, my body said, "Oh no, you're gonna sit down now. You're sitting down. You're gonna rest a little bit because it's hard on you." So it cracks me up that he played long enough that he'd injured. The doctor claims that the 31-year-old repetitive movements led to a neck being damaged before part of the bone finally cracked. So he had some part of it said in his C7 neck vertebrae is where it happened, and supposedly moving his head around. But the same thing could happen if he got on a roller coaster. You know what I mean? Yeah, because you've rode some roller coasters. All the roller coasters I like are fast, steel, and doing flips.
Yeah.
I get off. The last time I went to, we were down in Florida, I think is the last roller coasters I rode. By the end of the day, I was hurt. I mean, it's all stiff and, so blaming it on gaming, slashing around. I found it kind of funny. I'm not sure.
Think back on the Nintendo system. Remember when Nintendo came out with all those, move them around games? Remember, they had the pad that you would put down, for the running track and field.
Yeah.
Remember all that? Well, I guess it's the same concept.
It seems weird, but I can see it. I can see. I don't know about the broken bone. I can see hurt muscles. My muscles are definitely. If I do some, if I do a couple fights of Creed and do 1 or 2 other things, I'm feeling it all through here, my arms. But on the positive side of it, I'm moving. We're a very lazy people.
Yeah, I am, and I don't want to move.
Yeah, exactly. But most people sit around and do nothing all day. Yeah. And this does make you move and makes you do some stuff, kind of like the Wii did back in the day, but even more. Yeah. So I just found it. I thought that article was funny that someone actually. Yeah. And they says breaks their neck. It was a fracture of that bone. Wow. Which it could have been that there was a fracture there prior and that this just aggravated it enough that he went to the doctor and they're like, "Oh yeah, that is a fracture," which says he, after 12 weeks, basically putting a neck brace on, he was fine. And what did I see? Someone, the Darwin Award.
The Darwin Award.
Yeah, I like that. Good job, Gut.
Oh man.
Again, you can hurt your arm with too much movement too. I mean, that happens. So, it is kind of funny though when you see. When I saw that, I was like, "Oh my gosh!" And there's going to be lawsuits. Wait for that. Yep. Someone's going to sue.
Someone's going to sue
Meta because they're going to say, "I got hurt.
I turned my head too fast."
And all right, so you guys have seen the Plank game, right? Have you seen the videos where people play the Plank? All right, so I actually downloaded that today. I will be playing that after this is over. And where they're wearing the Oculus and they're having to walk on a plank, and that's what they see is the plank, and you see them fall, because if you fall offline, their brain thinks they're in it so much they'll just fall to the ground. And you've seen people do face plants into tables or right onto the floor. No lie. There's enough that are they're cringeworthy. They're
Uh-huh.
cringeworthy because some of them, and it's Plank. Plank. There's a game called Plank, and you're
Yeah.
up on a high rise, and you're walking
Uh-huh.
on a little board, and you're
Oh
having to,
no.
and you're as you move forward, you're moving forward in the virtual thing, and there's
Oh my
people that fall
gosh.
off, and they just do a face plant, and
Oh
there's one
no.
where there's this lady, and she goes face into a table, like a coffee table.
Oh man. Oh,
I
that's
mean,
bad.
I
Oh
have
gosh,
to.
that's bad.
I
I
look at
gotta
it, I'm like,
find some videos of
nah,
that,
I'm
man.
back it up. And I watch it and I back it up again. I gotta watch it. That's but yeah, she busts her face right in it.
Oh
There's
man.
numerous of them. So I'm just that there's some people gonna
Hmm.
sue. They're
Oh
gonna
yeah.
sue and they're gonna say, oh, I
But
got
you
her,
know,
even though it
but
says it has a disclaimer, just
okay,
like
that's
we
what I
did.
say. It has
They
to
have a
have a
disclaimer
disclaimer.
at the very beginning. And actually, when I installed Plank,
Hmm.
it even has another disclaimer at
Wow.
when you first, and you have to click agree.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? It's a
Yep.
big thing, and it says, that you could be injured. Make sure that you have an open
The
area.
sign should say something like, "Oh, I'm not, yeah, I'm a person of a certain age." You know what I mean? I'm, they should have the person put their age in there, let them know. Listen, you're 40 and above. Listen, just don't. You know what I mean? Just don't play the game.
Yeah, it's next. It's going to happen, but I mean, it's funny when I see some of the stuff that do, and I can, as I play it, I see where people can get really how that
Hmm.
could happen.
Yeah.
But again, I'm a person that believes I believe in personal responsibility. I don't
Hmm.
think people should wear a helmet if they don't want to wear a helmet. I don't think people
Right.
should have to wear a seatbelt if they don't want to wear a seatbelt.
Hmm.
I'm a person that thinks, you know what? If you don't want to do it, fine. Because if
Hmm.
you get in a wreck and smash your head,
That's
that's
your
one
own
less
fault.
person.
Right.
It is, yeah, it's your own fault. So,
Hmm.
yeah, I have, even though they're funny videos, I don't have sympathy,
Hmm.
and I'm not a person that thinks you need to sue anybody.
Uh-huh. No.
Richie, yeah, it's Richie's Plank
Oh
experience. Yeah, right.
gosh.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Hold on.
Actually, like I said,
I'm gonna find some videos on that.
find
That sounds
find some.
funny.
It's it's not funny. It's actually kind of cringing. Um, Peter says yes, a
It's good.
free
Richie's
party game.
what? Richie's
Peter's
Peters.
Plank PLANK experience. So yeah, I've seen lots of videos of it. It's
Oh my
oof.
gosh.
Yeah, and Red, you're right. That's what my point is the woman sued McDonald's for hot coffee.
Yeah. Oh
So
yeah. I know.
that's where I'm like, where's your own responsibility? I mean, where is your responsibility? I mean, sometimes I think that we shouldn't always cater or make
Well,
everything bubble wrap because
okay,
we need to get rid of some of these people that ain't so
I
smart
know.
to figure
Okay,
things out because they're
then
going to breathe.
let's talk like that McRib.
Mm-hmm.
You remember that one with the rat and the McRib and the
oh, well, okay.
You know
Well,
what I'm
that's
saying?
a rat and McRib. Now, so that's sanitation.
You know what I'm saying? You don't right.
issues
You don't see that. Sure. I know the other person was stupid with the coffee.
Yeah.
But if the lid isn't on,
yeah, I can.
that's a serious burn. And I hate when you go to places and they know it's hot and they might not put the lid on all the way. You know what I mean? And you go out and you burn your hand. You know what I mean? And it's just like, what's wrong with people? Don't fill the thing up all the way. You know what I mean? Because they're filling it all the way up to the top, and it's super hot. And person goes to open it up, and the lid might either fly off or they take a sip and they burn their tongue.
Yeah, I guess I see your point. I never thought about if the worker had not put the lid on.
Right.
If the worker had not put the lid on, okay, so then that's a problem with your workers
because it says on the cup that it's hot. Okay, we know that.
Yeah.
But there's a lid on it. The lid should.
Yeah, you go like this and it.
Right. You know what I mean? Then who do you blame? You're blaming the first idiot who works there.
Yeah, I guess I see your point. I didn't think about it. Someone put the lid on bad. And so we got another topic here, and Alban found this, and I think this is a really cool idea and a really cool thing that he found, which was how to record Windows 10 or 11 and not just do screenshots, because we all know control, print screen, boom, that's captures your screen. If you don't know it, control, print screen button, and you can capture an image of your PC. But this actually records, and I actually read through this because I have a screen recorder, so I pay for software, and I can, when by videos, I can record a video, and I can record my whole computer. But this is built into Windows 10 and 11. And long story short, if you do the Windows key Alt and R, it turns on the record feature for Windows. It will start to record whatever window you have open. So I'm going to say, so if you have a browser window and then you have, let's say, your chat window, you know, multiple windows, it's only record whatever's open when you go to start to record. So you're able to record that particular window. And then if you hit the keys again, which is the Windows key, Alt R, stops it. And this is a really cool thing.
It comes in really handy. It does.
It records. It can record you could be showing somebody how to do some stuff. You ain't got to go get no software.
Right.
And
you
that's
can
a
record
really
it, email it to them, or you know, send it to them. This is how you do it. Leave me alone. You know.
Yeah. And it comes from it says the Xbox Game Bar is where it came from, because of some of the things in there, and it does show you there's some things. If you go into the Xbox gaming captures, you can go through and do some different changes and where you can find those captures. But I think it's a real cool thing. I know that we can use OBS, or I use Screen-O-Matic, all kinds of different things like that to capture. But for free, if you're wanting to do a video or capture a small video on your PC, great way to do it with Windows key Alt R, start recording. So that's a cool little thing to find. Let's see. And one of your favorite topics.
Oh yeah.
Hard drives.
Hard drives, baby.
Hard drives.
Finally.
So we're starting to see, we're getting past that part of we've all if us streamers or video hoarders.
Yep.
Call
it what you want, but there will be a day you're going to say to me, "You got that?" Because you know, I deleted the file. I didn't think it was me worth keeping. I thought it would be around forever.
Yeah. Well. So for you video collectors, 22 terabyte hard drives are starting to roll out. Seagate is starting to ship those. So we're starting to see those 22 terabyte. And some people say 22 terabytes, that's ridiculous. Who needs that much space? Well, obviously you don't have a Plex server if you don't know why you need 22 terabytes. Any of our friends that are Plex people, 22 terabytes, you're like, oh, that's a good start. For so these 22 terabyte, I didn't even look. Did it have a cost on that?
I think that they were in the. What did I see them for at Seagate?
Yeah, I don't see it.
Was it almost 4 maybe? Not even yet 4. I don't think.
Yeah, I don't see it
like
on the list.
I think I seen one for 380.
No, not that cheap. You would think 380.
Yeah,
that's not bad. $400.
Yeah, you can.
22 terabytes.
That other site that I had given that time about for the drive. Yeah, I think they had I think 380, I believe.
So I know. We had Chuck over there. So we got Chuck, who is another media hoarder. So Chuck, you need to get yourself one of these 22 terabyte hard drives. He's another one of those collectors.
Yeah.
And again, it's for if people laugh, this is no lie. I mean, I've got a 12 or 14 terabyte hard drive there. We've got numerous hard drives around here. I've got 2 other external hard drives. One's an 8 terabyte, one's a 6 terabyte externals. And most of the people that do a lot of big Plex servers go massive. Yeah, let's see. You need at least 5 22 terabyte disks for a decent NAS with a RAID and similar protection against disk failure. And yeah, and it again, it's one of those spinning out of control kind of things, folks. When we're do tech stuff, you're like, well, I need a good hard drive. Well, let's see. I better get 2 and do it as a backup so that I have it in case
RAID
that first
system.
one dies. Oh, Chuck says they ain't the pros. He ain't going with it. And I didn't keep that copy of that one thing that had the hard drives of failure rates. You sent me a thing, and I forgot.
I'll send that over to you right now.
Yeah, grab that because you had a thing that had the failure rates for hard drives, which is kind of interesting to know
Plex.
which ones were good. And again, like most of us were pretty hardcore.
Wait a second. I think this is the one.
All right, Tan, take care, bud.
Later, bro. It's over. It's coming to you right now, Joe. You see it there?
Where'd you send it to me?
The chat. Private chat.
Oh, private. Gotcha. Let's see here. Let me grab that. Copy. Let's throw this over here in my browser. Let's see. Just so we can. In this review Geek, there was just some stuff, and it was most reliable hard drives for your Plex servers. And depending on how popular your Plex server is, maybe your Plex server isn't getting hammered, or maybe it's just being beat every day. So they did some failure, and to lower the percentage. And I want to say, some of them are pretty high. Like this Seagate, that's a pretty high failure rate, almost 5%.
Yep.
5% of them failed. So this particular Seagate, and it gives you the model 14 terabyte. Which 4? No, I don't have no, that ain't a 14. Let me take a look. I don't know if I have that one. So mine's, I got a Western Digital. So I'll have to check out mine. But this site, it get through and it talks about some of the failure rates, and some of them are less than 0.5%. A lot of them are that 1%, less than 0.5%, which isn't bad.
Yeah, because you'll get like 5 to 8 years. A lot of these drives are saying that that's what you'll get, without really having to worry too much, So it's not like they're saying you have to backload. They're saying you have to, back it up immediately. But if you haven't backed that thing up and it's stuff you need, and you're hitting that 4-year mark, it's that's all you. It's just like with the hot cup of coffee at that point. You know what I mean? That's your own fault now.
Yeah. Well, so I posted the link for you guys if you guys want to check out this list of hard drive failures for 2021. Maybe something that if you're looking to buy a hard drive and you're, because a lot of times you'll find a couple of them that are in that same price point, within a few bucks. And so if you're looking at a Seagate versus a Toshiba versus a Western Digital, and you have that price point within a certain thing, you may want to check out this little failure rate and see which one had better numbers. So, because some of them, they don't run that long, and they had a pretty high failure rate when I'm looking at. But they're running these on big systems.
I was going to say another thing that you should always remember when you get a new drive, format and format it a couple of times. You know what I'm saying? Find the errors that are on the drive, and the software that you could use that'll eliminate those spots for you, so you'll never have to worry about writing into those areas on the drive, and it'll save you a lot of headaches later. And I see that Chuck is saying that those drives are shipping for data centers. I think that I'm gonna have to get that name of that site and put it out there for you guys, because they got all the server drives, any type of drive that you're looking for, and you can get them pretty much dirt cheap, just like that old site back in the day, dirt cheap drives. Remember that?
No,
You
I never
don't
had that.
remember that? You
No.
don't remember that site
Mm-mm.
back
No.
in the early? Oh, because you weren't a hoarder like me
No,
of
I mean,
data. You were
I
able to
wasn't
get
hoarding.
drives dirt cheap. I remember.
Yeah.
Oh man, I was able to get. I got drives so cheap. I would just I was just buying drives for everyone,
Well,
and
that
just
was
selling
back
them.
when a terabyte was a lot of space, probably.
Right, right. But I'm
And
talking
that
before
wasn't long ago.
terabytes. I'm talking about when like when like even 500 meg was huge. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Uh, but it's they always had dirt cheap drives. That's why they named the site that. It was a great site.
They found them out of dumpster bins. So. Again, we'll try to give you guys a little bit of information about something you may want to check into, and
Mhm.
and it's 105 million Android users targeted for subscription fraud campaign. So there's a malware, and we talked about this last week,
Mhm.
and there's a malware that's out there that once it gets on your Android device, it basically signs you up for a subscription type thing. Now, most times it would go through the Google Play Store. We've seen that. And Google Play would give you a warning, hey, did you buy this app sometime? And then you could get it caught and they would catch it. And those schemes didn't run around for very long. With this particular scheme, with the subscription fraud, what it does is it doesn't bill Google Play. It bills your cell phone
Cell
company.
phone carrier. Yep.
So what happens is most of us have those kind of bills on an auto pay because you're like, it's the same, whatever, pay it
Mhm.
off, paid every month. It's not like it's going to change. And so they get there's companies, or the company has got malware, and they sign you up for these subscriptions. I posted the link in the show details. You guys should click it, take a look at how to find out if your phone has this, or look at your bill every month. Look at that bill and make sure they're not charging you. Now, it may be a $5 charge and you don't even know it. $5, you're not even thinking about five, but you never
Mhm.
missed it. But
Yep.
over time, that's gonna add up to $60 a year. And
Mhm. Mhm.
if that's just if it was only $5 a month, what if they're charging you $10, $15 a month? Yeah. So you never
Right.
know. Take a look at it. It's been in a lot of applications. Here it says 470 Google Play applications were
Mhm.
affected. A million users. So who knows? You may have some of this malware on your device. Posted the link. You guys go check it out. Read it. And they give you steps in how you can scan your phone to find out if you have some of those possible that script, that malware that's running in the back on your phone, and or definitely check out your bill. I think on this thing here, it shows you the a lot of the countries that were hit bad. So, and
Yeah.
it's a lot of applications. A lot of those
Mhm.
free applications, like those free
Yep.
games.
Mhm.
You can play it for free. Some like racing your car or whatever.
Yep.
Race little cars through the streets. And you're like, oh, it's a free game. It's a great game. And who
Mhm.
knows? They might be billing you $5 a month. So,
Yeah.
and it'll show up on your cell phone bill. And since we were just talking about Plex,
Oh yeah,
we
my favorite thing.
we we got to talk about being able to change your display name. Now, has this been something that was a pain in your ass,
Well,
Auburn?
it wasn't a pain for me, but I know a lot of other people like hate it when you're you're looking at they're looking at themselves and all they see is their email address maybe or
Or
something. You can
because
go
remember,
in
all
and
right,
yeah,
yeah, because like, all right. So when I join your Plex,
uh-huh,
you're like, well, who's Renegade? I'm like, oh,
right,
that's me,
right.
right? You know what I mean? So
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah, so it can go now in there now and you can edit your display name.
so it doesn't change your email. It just
No,
doesn't use your email as your name.
as your name,
Um,
right?
you can be the person you're supposed to be, and great. I mean, it said 7 years, and this
Yeah.
I remember that, and it wasn't a problem when you were let's say if you was just your Plex server, just
Right,
you,
and you just
no
have
matter.
you and your family, maybe, you know what I
But
mean? But
if you have friends that you share servers
hmm
with or share, hey, I'll add you to my Plex, you add me to yours. And then that's when those lists, and it's like, who's that? I don't know that
hmm
name.
yeah,
So definitely you can go in if you have a Plex server and if you're sharing it with people, please go in there and change your name so we know who the hell you are.
hmm yeah. Mhm.
We had the article, or we've known that the tech shortage of hard drives, computer parts, all kinds of different stuff. Well, there was a great news that the Nvidia was. We talked about last week. Nvidia said they
Mhm.
have a whole bunch of cards coming out. We're going to take care of people. We've got, there's plenty of supply. We're going to have it. And here it is, Nvidia's new RTX card, the 3050 comes
3050.
out. 3050 comes out. It comes out at a good price too.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
$350 to $380, which is
Yeah.
amazing,
Yeah.
because cards have been going for thousands.
Mm-hmm.
And here these cards come out, and if Nvidia says, don't worry about it. And then they all get sold out immediately.
Yep.
Best Buy, Newegg,
Mm-hmm.
Micro Center, B&H, all of, and so what's happened is all those cards are sold. Now we're going to see those same cards on eBay,
Mm-hmm.
and you're going to see it for double the price,
Yep.
because these assholes buying them and just buying them
Yep.
just to sell them.
Just to get someone. Yep.
Yep. So, but it's good news because we at least,
Know that
if we,
coming.
they're coming. If you pay attention, you may luck into a deal at Newegg or Best Buy. You want to
Yeah.
put yourself on an alert.
Mm-hmm.
Make it as one of the things, like most of those sites, you can say, notify me if it's coming available. Get some of those cards. I want to get a new card. I got an old 1080. I mean 1080 Ti.
Mm-hmm.
It's not that good a card anymore. I would love
Right.
to get one of these 3050s, but I'm not paying.
Right. It's not
I
worth
wouldn't
it.
pay $500. I wouldn't
No.
pay over $500. So if I couldn't get one for the 350 bucks, I'll skip it. But it's good news. I mean, Newegg said they use the shuffle lottery to try to keep from bots and stuff buying them up, but
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how well that worked. But at least it's a good sign. I mean, I felt pretty positive about actually seeing that they're out. Let's see.
Can we go back to Oculus stuff?
Yeah, hold on. Sorry, I was reading.
Okay.
Yeah, down here. I'll grab that. Copy. Let's toss this over here, and we'll jump back. We'll jump back to the Oculus talking.
Yeah. Because since now that's your, I might be a hoarder with data, but now you're a hoarder with the VR,
I am.
and you're trying to pull me in.
Baby step. I am trying to pull you in.
I know.
Come on in. The water.
And you see where my mind is going with it already.
Oh yeah.
I'm thinking of our own universe already.
Yeah, you're trying. Yeah, you're right. And there's potential in there.
Yeah, there is.
So if you get an Oculus or one of these VR things, I posted a link to this particular article for you guys, and it's in the show notes. Things to think about when you're a beginner. I just got mine for Christmas, so again, I am no expert at all, but I'm learning, and I love tech, so I'm going to check this out, do this, mess with that. So talks about measuring your pupillary distance, and that's between your two eyes, and being able to set that, because it has 3 settings in there. You want to set that correctly to adjust your eyes to make it a clearer picture. So that's some of the stuff. But map out your environment. Of course, you don't want to have anything in the way when you're mapping out where you can move. Let's see. Choose the right games. I will say about the nausea, and I've said it in the show, nausea is real for a lot of people, especially certain games can create that feeling of nausea. And a lot of it's because you've got this virtual reality thing that you're moving, you're walking, you're running, you're flying, you're driving, you're moving. You move it, and then your body doesn't feel like you're moving, and it's like that kind of that switch between what is real and what's not. My stomach don't feel right because I can't tell if I'm moving or not moving. That seasick feeling. You need to be that. It can be a definite possibility on again games you're moving. So find games that are not where you're walking. Try to find games you're not walking or flying or driving. Get used to the system before you get into those more advanced games, and that's a good point. The other thing is take breaks, play it for a little while. If you start to feel nauseous, the littlest bit, stop. Come back the next day when that's completely gone. Kind of train your brain on that. It goes through giving you some things. Streaming, that's where us folks have been really enjoying the streaming aspect of it, which we were able to broadcast. This show is being broadcast there on big screen thanks to the beach. So shout out to all those folks that are in there watching this particular show live. But you're able to stream any kind of content, be it live content or Plex content, or you actually could even get some family members together and broadcast Netflix on there, and they could watch it from their unit. But sit back and stream some content. That is really, really neat. 3D is okay. Some people love it. To me, it's all right. It does look. You do see the depth of the screen. That's true. But to me, it's kind of it's still just kind of hokey. For me, it's the giant screens, the watching it with other people, and the social aspect of it. When we're watching with 15 of us, some sports, it's like sitting at a bar. Virtually, it's like you're sitting at a virtual bar. You're having a few drinks there at your own place, but you're watching it, laughing, talking about the game. So good thing. Navigate more easily with voice commands. It does have voice commands. I haven't ever used that. Make it social, so making sure you connect with your other friends and families, and that does make it not seem so weird, like you got a thing stuck on your face sitting on the couch. I have tried the 120 hertz. Will say that it will drain your battery. So just keep in mind. But this article has some things to think about. It says a face cover and a new strap. I would highly suggest a different strap than the one that comes with it if you're going to use it for any extended period of time, because the strap that comes with it just isn't comfortable. I feel like it's heavy on your face. A lot of the other straps, I have the audio strap, the one by HTC. It sits on my head, and instead of it feeling like it's sitting on my face, I feel like it's just like a helmet almost, because the weight is distributed around. So definitely look into getting a different head strap unit. Avoid
And
case with.
Glory has a question there about about those who wear glasses. I know that Roger. Go ahead.
Yeah. I know.
Go ahead.
I wear glasses, and I will be honest. I don't. I actually take my glasses off when I'm playing, because I don't like. There is a spacer that comes with it that you can get and put inside there, and it gives a space between the lens and your face. But it just doesn't feel comfortable for me to wear my glasses inside there. It still feels weird. So I just do without it. And it's a little bit, does it perfect? No. And it's a little bit blurry. And sometimes I have to kind of do the number like this to be able to read stuff. But you can buy special lenses. And Roger is going to buy some that they're selling them all over the place. And they're a lens that just, I don't know if it's magnet or what it is, but it just sticks to the other lens. So you get a prescription. Cost somewhere around about $50. You can get a prescription lens that sits over inside there. You could take your glasses off, and then you would watch just through that prescription. So, so that's gonna, and it's nothing but a lens that's gonna click to the other lens, and you would just wear the headset and go with it. But for me, I'm not at the point of I have to have it. I would like to have that, because I hope they would make things a little bit more clear. So I know most of us older people, I see it in the one Facebook chat, which is all older people, and it's asked every day. they run anywhere from $50 to $90. I think when you get to that $90, $100, I think you're kind of buying something that you don't need to spend that much on. I think that they're kind of gouging you. But Tip Pete says, first thing you don't want to do when you get your new Oculus Quest is stay up till 1:30 in the morning watching the damn pillow fights. Yeah. Last, and he says,
okay, go ahead.
He was saying that because last Saturday, Roger DeBeach and I created a room and then opened it to public, whoever wanted to join it. And we had the pillow fights, Bellator, bare knuckle fights, and the Tough Man contest out of West Virginia, which was something to watch. And it was on. It's on a movie theater size screen. So picture yourself that you're at the movie theater, the sit down one, and break that up into 4 pieces. So you have four screens, 4 different things running. And so you could watch whatever one you wanted. It wasn't like you're watching a little bitty box. And one of them was pillow fighting. And pillow fighting actually lasted the longest. And that was probably one of the, again, it's fun. Would I ever sit here and watch pillow fighting? Hell no. But we're watching it, laughing at these guys and gals and the things they're doing because you're making fun of them. Other people that would jump in the room were like, "What the hell is this?" We're like, "Oh, this is a the championship pillow fights." So it's funny, and we stayed up till 1:30 watching that. And I can't think of the last time. It's been about 4 months ago. We went to a friend's house. I was up till 1:30 most of the time. Oh, this old man's in bed way before. So, Roger says,
just look at. Okay, I was going to say that when you get a chance, look at that start stuff.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Nookie and him wear glasses in VR. We both have more than one pair of glasses and wear the smallest frame ones. Okay, and yeah, I just for me, I don't know, mine are too big, and I just deal with it. I just deal with that. But yeah, I know Roger's his prescription is pretty strong. So I know he has to wear it. How many movies in 1 terabyte? That's variable because there's different quality of movie. We can see movies. What do you think? All right, so let's just say decent quality. Decent 1080. Quality 1080. So decent quality 1080. We don't have to go crazy. What do you think? You get the one?
You could get
1 gig.
Yeah, well, a good 1080, maybe 1.4. I'd say.
Okay.
Let's call it 1 gig. That's
okay.
For,
so yeah, that's going to be on a lower thing.
Yeah.
So that's 1 gig, and a terabyte is 100 gigs.
No, 1,000.
1,000. Excuse me. Yes, you're right. No, it's 100.
No, 1,000 gig in a
100
tera.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you're right.
Okay.
There again, I didn't know there was math.
When you're a hoarder of space of files, certain things you have to remember.
Yeah, 1,000. All right, so you can get 1,000 movies, and that's if it's a 1 gigabyte 1080
file.
Now. But the problem is if you're getting them from alternative sources, they're probably going to be that 2 to 3 for a 1080. For 4K, you're going to go anywhere from 10 to 60 if you went for the higher end gigabytes per movie. So it depends on how far which version you're using. Hold on a second. I saw your starred questions. I missed some of those.
Oh, okay, that's why I couldn't.
Yep. Shelly says, "Can someone please tell me where I can find the TV series Amen, Fame, Joe Grilly for and all right." I mean, I use torrent sites. I mean, I'm not sure which you use torrent sites or you using news groups.
News groups, and indexers.
So. For the people that may not, all right. So we said torrents and news groups. So the use groups, you kind of have to pay for that to get a decent thing, and you got to pay for the service. And then if you want to get on a good indexer, which would be like the listings of all the stuff, those sites that list that stuff, like your Pirate Bay that would have listed it. But to get on those certain sites, you got to usually pay for a subscription. What do you? A year is what? Anywhere from 10 to $15 for to be on an index site.
$10 to $20. Yeah.
Yeah, to get on a decent indexer.
Yeah,
so
some of them even cheaper. Yeah.
But
And
that's
then
a
you
cost.
still also need a it's a cost, but it's worth it because it just comes right into me,
Yeah, and it's fast. It's and you're going to get it in. They usually keep things in some services. They'll tell you when you sign up for a service, it'll tell you what the retention rate is or what the retention is, and some are like 6-7 years that it's going to have files from 6 to 7 years ago. So if it's an older show. That's I would look there. I would also, if I was looking for those particular shows, since I don't use my news group all the time. Let's say you got Real Debrid, so I would go to Pirate Bay proxy, and make sure you have your pop-up blocker on because those sites are just full of shit. Have your pop-up blocker. Go to Pirate Bay proxy to get and do a search for that show. I would get the magnet link and I would post it in my Real Debrid or my Premiumized, but Real Debrid, most people have that. Put it in there, get it that way. That's how I would get it. I haven't looked. I can't open up my Firefox to a search Pirate Bay for Amen. But I would look in those places.
It should be. I know it's out there because I know I have the other ones that she was asking for the Fame.
And, the problem is that maybe you're just trying to get it from regular websites, just trying to download. You're going to have to use a torrent sites. And to use a torrent site, you're either going to need to use Real Debrid, or you're going to need to use a VPN. You got to use one or the other. So you got to figure out which one you have or which one you'd rather buy. For me, Real Debrid every single day. I did a video, tips and tricks for Real Debrid. Look it up if you're wanting to find out about how to do Real Debrid and torrents. I walk you through it, explain it, and I guarantee you that you'd find that on some of those torrent sites. And just let Real Debrid get it for you, and you get it from them, and then you're done. Gloria here. Seagate was crashing on him. You still have your WDs. Yeah. It's always good to have backups, but I don't go crazy as some people. Like,
yeah, have backups.
Let's see. We're gonna. Oh, you had that about that emulator. Now this part of the show is Alban's part of the show because he finds some sites of the week. We need to talk to Beach. We need before we get into did it start?
Yeah, you just open the site. Yeah.
The hell? How do I turn it off?
You have to close it and then just.
Oh, jeez Louise! I hear the sound. I don't know if you hear it.
No, I don't.
All right, I hear the Windows 93 starting up in my head. I hear the sound that it made.
Yeah.
So tell us about the site of the week. We need an intro for this song.
Hold on a second. I got that here. Hold on a second. Okay, this one here is like a Windows 93 emulator. For those of us out there that remember Windows 93, this is what Windows looked like. And it's really it's a lot of fun just to mess around with, just to even open up the file manager to see where it all started, if you know what I mean. Those were the days of like learning to use things. Like there was you remember Winamp?
Yep.
They had something in there
Winamp
like
was a great music player.
Right. There's another one that was before Winamp that's in there. I'm trying to remember the name of it. Is it the banana one over there? Maybe. You see the banana on the fourth row over to the.
That's Banana Amp.
Yeah. Go, yeah. If you go into that one, you can open up that. Yeah, you see, and it's looks
Yeah, and I
like
hear it.
Winamp, you know,
It's that little
and it'll
mini.
play the music. Yeah,
Yeah.
and
Well,
it'll
yeah.
play the
Okay,
music there.
so Windows 93 emulator. So if any of you kids want to go back to the old, this was back when you had a modem that would. So you had to.
Lewis, I don't know if you can run the 93 games on it, but maybe you could because it does. If you open up the file manager there,
The file
the top,
manager.
yeah, the you know
This
yeah,
the
remember
C
file,
drive.
yeah, the C drive.
All right. So okay, you got some files and programs.
Yeah, and some ways you should be able to go back because
You had
there's like another
Half-Life
one.
3.
That,
I don't know. So you got that library of programs, files, documents, movies.
yeah,
Yeah. So if you kids want to go back and see what
yeah,
Windows look like,
yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I see there's a handful. There's a Hamster, King of Fighters 93. We got. I don't want to start a game and get myself in trouble. NES
Yeah, that,
emulator. So yeah, okay. So this is Windows93.net, so you can roll back in time. So I don't know. Wouldn't all your
yeah.
games be on a floppy disk though?
Yeah, but that's the thing. One of the that's why I thought it was like a thing there that let you. What is that one in the very top left? What's that that
Windows.
icon? What's that
Just your
icon?
just
That,
it
that
is
one
just
showing
a
you your
computer. Yeah.
your A drive. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, so
I ain't got no A drive.
yeah, I know. Hey kids, do you know what an A drive is?
So yeah, maybe you can do it. Maybe you can run some of them old games.
Yeah.
I don't think even me. I wouldn't want to play any of those old games.
Bro. Well, no,
I mean,
they weren't. Let's say now you got to remember you can't knock all old games because you know with the
but
remember Apogee, remember games like Commander Keen.
yeah,
Commander Keen was like
yeah.
I loved Castle Wolfenstein.
Yeah, Castle Wolfenstein was good, but I don't know if that was 93.
That
All
was
right, so we're gonna.
yeah, maybe
So
it was on 95. It was on 95. Wolfenstein.
yeah, I actually played Wolfenstein because that was around my Quake
Yeah.
days. So I did
Yeah.
that. So
Yeah, that
your
was
other
before Quake.
website here. What is it?
Mhm.
So it's about. I have to put my when I was born.
Yeah, you could put them when you were born. It's the song that defines your life. And you put that
Your
in, and it
14th
tells you.
birthday.
Uh-huh.
Oh, look at this video is no
Yeah.
longer available because of YouTube.
Uh-huh.
So
But what's the song? Does it tell you what song?
It was Arthur's theme, "The Best
Oh,
You
okay.
Can Do" by Christopher
Yeah.
Cross.
Yeah.
That was my 14th birthday. Oh man, can you pick a different day?
Yeah,
What if I want,
make it any day you want, you know.
No, that's my 14th birthday. What if I want? What if I want to do a different day? A song that defines your life. So is your life defined by your 14th birthday?
I guess so, because if you really think about when you're growing up, when we were growing up, that those like that 14, that 13, 14, 15-year-old thing there, that's the stuff that you really remember back to. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it's like it hits you still clear as a bell, and it always would. You know what I mean? Because that song. You know what I mean? Pick up a different day, right? Close to that. You know?
Yeah. Let me. So I got to back up. So let me try.
There you go.
30th. Oh, Physical by Olivia Newton-John.
See,
Hey, so what was your day? Your day is like
9th.
the 9th?
Yeah.
Yeah. Daryl Hall, Private
Okay.
Eyes with Daryl
Yeah.
Hall and John Oates.
Private eyes.
They're watching you. No. So does that define your
I
life?
remember that song.
Well, of course you remember it.
I
It
remember
sucked.
that song. Yeah,
That was a bad song.
That was a
What?
great song.
No.
Are
I
you
didn't like
joking? Hall and Oates? Oh, come
no.
on. Oh,
No.
come on. They've been around forever.
So let's try 1968. What if you were 1968? Side of the week, folks. This is what song defines your life. If you were born November 8th, November 8th, 1968. Up Where We Belong by Joe Cocker.
Oh yeah, another classic.
It's a good song. Yeah, it's a good song. So, all right. So those are our sites of the week. The song that defines your life. Go in there, enter it in there, find out what song defines you. I don't really like my song. I don't. The Arthur movie. It wasn't really. I didn't really even like Arthur.
No.
Yeah. You remember the movie, right?
I remember it. Yeah. There were a lot of great movies in
Arthur. I just wasn't. It just wasn't my movie. I mean, I guess I liked it. He was, silly drunk, but yeah. Oh, be interested if we see what some of other people's damn songs are.
Mm-hmm.
What defines you?
What defines you? I'm trying to think if there's anything else here.
Here, Gloria's got it right.
We hit. Okay, yeah.
Gloria says, funny at my age, when it comes to technology, I prefer to look forward instead of way back when. And you're right. I mean, I ain't installing no Windows 93, no Windows 97.
No, but it's just good to to see where we came from. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's what we had to use. Yeah. So when you have
Windows
other people
98,
that sit there,
Windows 98,
you didn't have 95 or 93.
Maybe 93. I went 93, and I remember 98, Windows 98. Because when Windows 98 before it became... No.
I remember
didn't it go
95.
Then it was Windows Me? Wasn't Me after that?
That was after that. But I remember, because I had a projector in my office, and when we went to, was it 90, from 95 to 98, I think, then I remember Bill Gates made this presentation, and I had it, and I shot it because I worked across the street from the Trade Center, and I shot it onto the Trade Center wall. It was insane. It was insane. I used to play video games on the Trade Center wall, so that's why it really bugs me that that it's gone. I miss that. That's something you could just never forget. Being able to play video games on the wall and no one can get at you.
That would be something else. I can't imagine you run a projector that bright.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we had one from my office. We had one. I was across the street. I was a building directly across the street, and I was on the 53rd floor. So it was like right in the middle of the building.
What about the windows?
It shot right through the window. Yeah, it shot right through the window.
But I mean, you would want a reflection though back so you could see it.
No, you could see it. You could see it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Man, this man's lived all kinds of lives.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Okay. I think I had something else. Oh, UFC tomorrow.
Yeah. Okay.
We have a UFC fight tomorrow. The
ESPN, right?
I believe it is ESPN.
Yeah, because
that's Hermanson and Strickland.
That starts early.
Yeah, prelims started at 4, and the main card is at 7.
So if you're going to watch that, you got to make sure to tune in early. Tomorrow on big screen. So if there's anybody still watching on big screen, which is probably not because they've been like, man, this guy's been talking forever. This ain't nothing. Well, tomorrow I will do in big screen. I am going to be broadcasting the Duke versus Carolina game in UNC. Last time that Coach K will be going down to or going over to Chapel Hill to play since he retires this year. Last
And
time.
what
So
time is
Duke
that
Carolina.
game?
4 o'clock or no, 3 o'clock.
3 o'clock
tomorrow. So I'm going to
Okay.
broadcast that on big screen to see who joins. I mean, I know back home that would be, everybody's watching it.
Mhm.
Here, people are like,
Yeah.
what, basketball?
Yeah. What's that?
So that's tomorrow. Pro Bowl. Ain't the Pro Bowl?
Yeah,
Big Pro
I
Bowl
believe
Sunday?
it is this weekend. Yeah.
Yeah, because I know that I saw the Skills was last night. They probably do something. I know Skills was last night. So,
Okay.
yeah, so check that out if you're looking for some football next week. What did you think of this? What did you think about the playoffs last week and Mahomes losing?
I didn't watch him.
What?
Didn't watch him. I was busy
Damn.
with other stuff, man.
We're
Listen,
gonna
I
change
told you
that.
how I feel. No, I told you how I feel about football now. It just doesn't have my heart no more. No one wants to kill each other out there. You know, if these guys were gonna go out there and kill each other, then I'd be all in for it. You know. But
Yeah,
you know,
bloodthirsty. He need to be back. You need to be back in the Roman days.
yeah. That's the way football used to be.
Gladiators.
Yep, that's the way it used to be. Oh, talk about one thing here. I know we didn't put down about, but in case for any of you guys out there that are Netflix fans,
Mm-hmm.
Netflix made a continue watching change to their program. So now you can. It's like now you don't have to worry about what everyone knows that you were watching. You can at least remove that. You know, anything that you say no, you don't have to continue watching it because this way
Yep.
everyone knows what you were watching. So
because it always stayed on the list. You couldn't
it
get
always
rid
stayed
of it.
on the list, and you couldn't
stayed
get rid
on
of it. So you can get rid of it now. I thought that was kind of important for people to know. You know that they can do it. Any info on the Nvidia Shield?
No new updates.
Okay.
No new updates. We'll just have to keep waiting on that to see whenever they decide. But I mean, it works. There is some issues with if you're running a Plex server. I do think, and you and I talked about last week, it does run a little bit slower.
Yeah.
It is a beat. Sometimes it freezes. It's something like,
Mm-hmm.
hey, you never done that.
Yeah. Right.
But they're gonna fix it. It'll get sorted out. So
Yeah.
yeah.
All right. We talked about TV shows. If you want to say something real quick, there's a new series going to be coming out soon called The Offer, and it's like a TV series about The Godfather.
Mm-hmm.
So I know that there's a preview for it out that you could watch on YouTube maybe. But if anyone out there who's Godfather fans, you might be interested in watching that one. Talk about also with the Oculus there. I hear that Oculus has some big time ad coming for the Super Bowl.
I didn't wait. I missed that one.
Yeah. No, I don't think I have it. I
don't
did have it out there, but there is they're doing some type.
Oh, they got the money.
Yeah.
Well, maybe not after the stock took a tank.
The other day. Yeah.
It took a tank. The stock jumped down took a nosedive. But
nosedive. Yep.
Yeah, but they got money to spend. I mean, so I wouldn't doubt it. You mess around with it, and just the things that you and I talked about, things that are most likely going to happen. Just someone's got to develop them and put them out there because there's so many ways that all can go. But I mean, first of all, if I think about Ready Player One, well, how did everyone get hooked in? You got to make the unit comfortable enough that people don't. It isn't cumbersome, but it's still early on in technology, so. Right. It's going to get there. We're all going to be Ready Player One. I'm telling you, I say we're going to be a lot of Ready Player One in less than 10 years. It's going to be just amazing. They're going to have health issues because people aren't moving. People just sitting at home, if you haven't seen Ready Player One, check it out. And that's where it's going, in my opinion.
Okay. Oh, one other one that I just thought was kind of important and funny. Ransomware. These guys now are doing ransomware where they're not even asking for money, but they've been, forcing you to like and subscribe to certain
certain YouTube shows.
YouTube
channels?
shows. Yes, believe it or not, I couldn't believe it. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. So what? Hey, YouTube, what happens to a guy like me if I can't get like and subscribe anything?
I want to like and subscribe.
Do you have to hold hostage to my files too now?
Yeah. And hey, anybody that knows Auburn, he got kicked off YouTube for no reason.
Man, for no reason.
Still think you should fight. You got to fight. You should send him and say, hey, why did I get kicked off?
I'm going to make my own orb tube. You
be the man. And this is coming from the same man that hates Disney World. So.
Oh, yeah. Well, hey, that's a whole nother issue.
Hates
so what if some kids see Mickey without his, his head one,
Auburn trying to whoop up on Mickey.
What's wrong with taking a bat to his ears? Yeah, come on, it's just a mouse.
Dang.
Yeah, you hit him, you beat a mouse with a bat, and why do people have to cry? Okay,
Yeah, good to see him. Yeah, I gotta get my cut. Dab Zuckerberg. Yeah, if I could, I need to start putting a URL down at the bottom of the hyperlink so I can get some cash from everyone buying the unit.
Yeah.
You're like, thank you. So, all right, let's go ahead. We'll start wrapping it up because I got to eat my dinner.
Yeah.
So we got, what's the movies for this week? Do you remember?
Oh I had them here for us, but they're Journal for Jordan and
Journal for Jordan
and the 355.
355. So those are two movies for next week. If you've not watched our show before, that is Play or Pass. We do it on Wednesday. All we do is talk about those two movies, and that'll be the extent of it. So the movie 355 and Journal for Jordan are the two movies. So hopefully we have that. Hey, Gloria said that did she ask a question? I didn't see it.
Did I put one up?
She said she has. Hey, Gloria, post that question because we'll answer it before we leave. Any limiting? Right, is it? No, there's no. RD doesn't set a limit to what you can download. The only limits the limit that they have is for how many. So if you loaded up a bunch of torrents that it had to go get, you got to stop at 25 to go get. Now once they get it. It's out of the get. It's in the GOTS section. So then your 25, that number clears out. So you'd have one more spot for every time something. So I don't know anybody doing more than 25 simultaneous downloads, but that's the only real limit.
Excuse me?
At 20, no, but you're not going to have Real Debrid trying to get 25 different. Because,
I don't even use Real Debrid.
I know. Yes.
For it anymore.
So that's the only limit. They don't do a download limit. Premiumized is a little bit different, structured a little bit differently. They actually do give you a certain amount that you can download, and then each day they give you a little bit back. So premiumized is structured a little bit different than Real Debrid. So with Real Debrid, you do it all you want. I mean, there's no limits to that. Pulling from certain hosting sites, they do, but majority of the time that's never going to affect you. I mean, it's going to affect just a very small percentage of people. So no limits. We got that on Wednesday. Watch if you get an Oculus, join the hyperlink that I posted. Go to our Telegram group, and we're going to try to do some shows or movies or karaoke. Who knows? We might get some karaoke. We'll get something going and we're going to launch from there so that you know what room to join. So that's all I got. Anything else you got, Ob?
And please join the player pass room, so you could
On Telegram.
on Telegram, and you can let us know what movie you might want to see, an older movie, because we're doing every month. It's going to be 2 weeks of new movies and 2 weeks of older movies that are like over a year old, and you know, it'll be your choice. It'll be your choice that everyone can choose on. So please put your choices out there in the
Yeah,
room.
your choice goes into a pool that we vote on which one we're going to do. So if it's a good movie, you never know, it might get voted. We got each week. I've got to throw a few out there that I had on my list that I had from way back. So throw those out there for us to watch, or at least get a chance to watch it. So and then so you got the sports. I don't know if there's anything else.
No, it's nothing else. It's a slow week, really. Well, it's not like a slow week for sports because don't forget the Olympics is back, everyone. So
Yeah, good point.
Winter Olympics is here. I can't wait to watch curling.
I can watch right here in town.
I know. I bet you could. You know,
They actually have an arena. They do.
They?
Yes, yes, they do.
Oh,
And this
God.
is no lie. I think it was a few years back. It was a few years back that they had the World Curling event was here in town.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, because I saw like they had their coats with the little countries on it.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, it's very interesting. I haven't went to one. I'm gonna do one. So look at 9 people in the big. Said, "Damn, that guy can ramble on." Damn the beach. So hey, beach, tell me shut the hell up. We gotta go. So thanks for watching. Join our Telegram groups. This is where we try to give you some help. I know we talk a lot of topics. If you join my Telegram group, you can always ask about a topic, and it can pop up on the show. Because hey, it's about teaching people and learning. So streaming matters to us because streaming matters to you.